The liberal media continually harm the U.S. nationals with made-up hostile to Trump reports, while a group of Obama-timed Democratic Party cheats is under government investigation, and the left media did not investigate a solitary thing in regards to that. Despite the fact that the broad communications tell along these lines, there is no investigation against President Trump. In any case, from as of late, to be sure there is against Hillary Clinton, Loretta Lynch, Barack Obama, James Comey, and Bernie Sanders. In early June, Senator Chuck Grassley, chairman of the Senate Committee on the Judiciary, launched a new probe of former Secretary of State Clinton's attempts to deflect a Bangladesh government's corruption investigation of Muhammad Yunus, a Clinton Foundation donor and friend of Hillary and Bill Clinton. While the state secretary, Hillary Clinton made a personal call to pressure Bangladesh's prime minister to help donor to her husband's charity foundation despite the federal ethics laws that require government officials to reconsider themselves from matters that could impact their business's business partner, Circa reported. If the Secretary of State used her position to intervene in an independent investigation by a sovereign government simply because of a personal and financial relationship stemming from the Clinton Foundation rather than legitimate foreign policy interests of the United States, then that would be unacceptable, Grassley said in a letter to Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. Commingling her official position as Secretary of State with her family foundation would be similarly inappropriate. It is vital to determine whether the State Department had any role in the threat of an IRS audit against the son of the Prime Minister in the retaliation for this investigation. Grassley wrote, "There is an investigation against Bernie Sanders and his wife in regards to a bank credit Jane Sanders needed to create Burlington College with when she was the school's leader," informed CBS News the earlier week. Politico magazine was the first to advise that Sanders had utilized lawyers earlier their probe. Jeff Weaver, beat guide of Sanders, said for CBS News that the Sanders requested lawful portrayal with respect to government specialists' allegations for the January 2016 protestation pointing the finger at Ms. Sanders, who was then leader of Burlington College, for bending benefactor levels in a 2010 credit prerequisite application for a $10 million from People's United Bank, keeping in mind the end goal to purchase 33 sections of land for the necessities of the school. As Politico announced, prosecutors should get over the theories that Senator Sanders' office insufficiently impacted the bank to affirm the advance. Ex-Attorney General Loretta Lynch is under investigation too. The Senate Judiciary Committee started an investigation into Lynch's endeavors to influence the FBI's investigation of Hillary Clinton's email case. Grassley, together with the Board of Trustees positioning Democrat, Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, tended to a message to Lynch in which they ask from her to clarify particularly which moves she made for the Clinton test. Ex-FBI Director James Comey, in his declaration, disclosed how Lynch endeavored to get the FBI to make light of that test. Grassley, alongside the counsel's positioning Democrat, Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, sent a letter to Lynch asking her to lay out precisely what she did amid the Clinton test. Previous FBI Director James Comey testified for the current month that she attempted to get the FBI to make light of that test. At one point, she directed me not to call it an investigation but instead to call it a matter, which confused me and concerned me. That was one of the bricks in the load that led me to conclude, I have to step away from the department if we have to close this case credibly, expressed Comey amid his declaration on June 8 before the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. As indicated by Comey, Lynch's ask gave the impression that the Attorney General was looking to align the way we talked about our investigation with the way a political campaign was describing the same activity.